Hey, this is Mike, and today I want to talk about Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett and just the incredible performance that Berkshire has had throughout its history. And in particular, I just want to show you some incredible statistics on the performance of Berkshire Hathaway. So, what you're looking at here, this is a 40-year performance of Berkshire Hathaway stock since 1981 up until today. So, it's a 40-year performance chart. Now, I think a lot of people have been ignoring Berkshire Hathaway, excuse me, Berkshire Hathaway today because they've been underperforming in 2020. However, I want to show you in this 40-year chart, Berkshire Hathaway has only been down in the past 40 years, 8 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 40 years. That's incredible. Now, here's what's really mind blowing. Out of these past 40 years, Berkshire Hathaway has returned more than 10% or more than the average return of the S&P 500 for 25 of those 40 years. Just take a look at some of these returns. Start at 1981, 31%, 38%, 60%, 93%, 14%. You have 59, 84%, 35, 29, 38, 24, 57, 34, 52, 26. 28, 24. I mean, and the stock obviously cannot grow as fast because it's so big right now. It's harder to find opportunities. But I do think after this year, I do think Berkshire is going to begin to start having good years again. And I think there's so much attention on speculative stocks and tech stocks that you do get this sort of reversion back to value stock buying. So I do think there's an opportunity for Berkshire to do really well in the next decade, because I do think in the next decade it's going to be a challenge for some of these speculative stocks, because they're going to have to begin to justify their prices. If not, people are just going to rotate their money back into value stocks. So I would definitely not ignore Berkshire Hathaway in the next decade, even though I know there's a lot of cool penny stocks out there. It doesn't hurt to take a look at a stock like Berkshire, even if Warren Buffett's no longer involved with the company. There's a lot of people who have learned his philosophy, who work at the company, who know how to do value investing. And I think they're going to do really well in the future. And especially if you look at following every down year has been a pretty big up year. I mean, this down year in 84 is followed by a 93% return. This down year in 1990 was followed by 35% return. This down year in 1999. And by the way, this was the height of the tech bubble. When the tech bubble blew up in 2000, he got a 26% return. Here's the return in 2008. Not that great of a return after that, but it did do pretty well the year afterwards. But 2011 it was down, then returned 16%. It was down 2015, down 12%, but then returned 23% next year. So it would not be surprising if in 2021 Berkshire Hathaway is able to beat the S&P 500 or give you more than a 10% return. So I thought that'd be an interesting stat to look at, and I thought it was really cool looking at the past 40 years of Berkshire Hathaway's performance. Since it is a stock literally since inception, and I'm talking going all the way back to 1965, so we're going back 60 years there, there's been an average annualized return in Berkshire of 20% versus 10% for the S&P 500, which is incredible because very, very, very few people can beat the S&P 500 over a 5-year period, and Berkshire's been able to do it over a 60-year period, which is unprecedented. So just thought I'd point that out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like on the video and go to subscribe and turn on notifications. I do multiple daily updates on everything from stocks to options to stock trading strategies to the stock market. Okay, thanks. Bye.